My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Dually. I'm learning them. The fact that my first result with Dually was significantly better than my second or third results with Dually, that's not relevant. Yeah, discard that information, please. Delete it. No, don't report that. At least don't make it the headline. Companion core hastes your other friends for 1 second. When you use a friend, charge this for a second. Weaponized core. No. Critical core. Weaponized core. Give weapons to the right of this +5 damage to the fight. I used that last episode. Or rather, I didn't use that last episode. I tried to use that last episode. Critical core. Every 6 seconds, deal 10 damage. This and items to the right of this have +15% crit chance. When you use any item to the right of this, left of this rather, charge it for a second. When you crit with any item, charge it for a second. I'm gonna go for the companion cure, and I'm not gonna go for the monitor lizard. Lost crate though? Lost crate for 2 gold and 1 experience? I will go for that. I'm still pretty sure that Pyro can't beat me. Although Kyver Drone. Can Kyver Drone? I wouldn't be surprised if Kyver Drone was capable of beating me. I literally do nothing. Haunted Kimono is not going to... I'm gonna go to Pyro. There's still a lot of utility in burn items in a Friends build with Dually. I don't remember exactly the names of the characters. There's Charcoal. Charcoal is one of them. I want to call the other one a Barrel of Bots. Couple of burn-related friends. Couple of arsonists in the crew. Get him! Woo! Cinders when I sell this. Leftmost burn item gets burn. Kina, non-weapon items. Couldn't be Kina. There are friends in there.
Leave with big bargains.
Ice 9000, a friend. When you freeze, this gains 1 poison for the fight. Micro Dave. Oh, it also poisons and freezes. Micro Dave, every 6 seconds, burn for 3. When you use a small item, charge this 1 second. And Light Bulb. Adjacent items gain +3% crit chance for the fight. I'm gonna take Micro Dave and roll. Crypto. I could use that to gain a little bit of money.
So glad we could share this experience today.
There's a welding helmet, and it activates every 3 seconds. I do really like welding helmet. I think it's quite strong, but I'm gonna want to give other items my burn support. Like Micro Dave. Regenerative Tincture, anti-small items, or Fortis. I don't think Fortis is really relevant to me here. 1 regen is... not really fussed on that. I'm gonna go to Andy. It's possible that Crypto will be worth selling here. It's only 2. But it's also possible, as happened, that I find a good pickup, like Bomb Squad. When you use an adjacent friend, charge this for 2 seconds.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
I'm also going to take Duct Tape here. When you use an adjacent item, shield 5.
Diamonds come in small boxes.
And I'll be fielding those instead of the companion core right now. Okay, so Duct Tape between the 2 of them. Bomb Squad never has adjacent friend usage. I mean, I'd love to have it like 2 additional experience here. It's just not happening. Micro Dave will get a second off of its 2 seconds off of its cooldown. So every 4 and 6 seconds, Duct Tape activates. Alternatively, I could try and put them next to one another so that Micro Dave triggers Bomb Squad. In which case it's 2 seconds off of its cooldown every cycle of 6. Meaning that duct tape... So this is more defense, this is more damage. Do I want to go to attack mode or defense mode? Seeing as there's no scaling damage on this... I'm going to go to defense mode, and then I'm also going to increase the burn from cinders. Musker. Hopefully, you've dug really heavily for some items and you haven't got just like a Jabalian longbow to ruin me with. Oh, I'm sorry, that's probably not going to do. Succulents, every 4 seconds it heals them for 1, and then permanently gains a heal. Fixer-upper, shield equal to this item's value, which is 7 every 3 seconds. Oh no, my burn's not going to scale fast enough to do anything to him. Yeah, burn damage is halved by the... by their shielding. They've got succulents there as well. I mean, I'll have some additional burn. We might die on the same trigger. Dang. They just outlived me. Get a friend. Upgrade your leftmost bronze tier item. Leftmost bronze tier item is a really good upgrade to be able to hit on a on my companion core right now. Get an extra second of haste out of it. Oh, baby. You're gonna let me go to an abandoned chest for some golden experience? Nufu! That guy sells skills!
You have great potential. Let me train.
Rear shielding. Your rightmost shield item has +5 shield. Popping that on duct tape, not a bad idea. First flames. First time use large item each fight. Yep, I'll just be taking rear shielding as the other ones are not relevant to us. I don't have enough shielding or scaling to get through Borea. I could probably get through Covetous Thief. Coconut Crab isn't really beneficial to fight for us.
Why run? We are everywhere.
Covetous Thief does have scaling, which does scare me. But thankfully, with some haste on board, I should actually build a reasonable amount of burn. Yeah, and my burn is starting to compound reasonably. We're good. I don't intend to field the duct tape for incredibly long. Whoa! Big crit straight to the face? How dare you? That's actually too much. If I get crit again, I'm dead. Didn't get crit again, thank you, but... Oh, they outlived me by 7 HP! Oh. I still get the gold, but... Yikes, I'm gonna go to Andy for some small items. I can't take Walter Cooler. Walter Cooler is something you take when you feel like you are ahead. I'm gonna take it, though, because I need it. Take the duct tape. And Wallace.
I mean,
Sell the crypto off. I'm gonna drop Micro Dave from the field. Get Walter Cooler on here. Oof. Finn! Finn, you could save me! Finn, I need you to give me 10 shielding for both the duct tape and Wallace. As well as 15 max HP. I'll take the 15 max HP. Let's fight Wireframe and see how well we can do here. Pulse Rifle is every 4 seconds multicasting for 3, giving a bunch of shield from duct tape to Armadillo, which has been hitting me in the face. Let's set up the Artisan Dunes, and I will pay to get 2 more burn on Bomb Squad. 2 income this early in the game. Could be good. Upgrading a bronze tier item's also pretty good. I'm gonna upgrade a bronze tier item on Water Cooler and try and just get some more max 8. Oh, Finn's Big Bite again. That's huge. The 10 additional shielding for duct tape, which activates on its adjacencies. Huge. Our shielding doesn't scale that much. There's Wallace scaling the shielding, but that's not really that large. Rogue Scrapper could be somewhat relevant. Scrap's worth selling from that. Scout Trooper is probably too much damage for me. And Dabbling Apprentice is almost entirely irrelevant. Okay, Rogue Scrapper. It's also pretty important that I endure the entire fight so that I can get as much health as possible out of Water Cooler. Nice. I don't know how much health I got out of Walter there, but it felt like a lot. Junkyard Repair Bot. When you sell this, give your leftmost heal item plus 15 heal. That'll be sold for First Aiden as soon as I find him. And you know what? Give me First Aiden, House Party. Small friend. Let me meet First Aiden. Ooh, I'll take the Bomb Squad upgrade, though. 2 additional burn on them. Mids worth sell small, large. No, I'm going to go for the Lost Crate and the Golden Experience because I still need some additional gold to feel comfy. All right, sample text. Do you have a default board as well? Ooh, that's far from default. When you buy a property, gain max health, you're left with shielding items, so those aren't that relevant, but Pawn Shop is increasing your max HP. Hang on. It's actually only Bushel when you shield charge this 2 seconds, and Textiles is now your only shielding on board. They don't actually heal that much. I'm not that threatened by the golf clubs. I really thought I was going to be. If I'm honest, I saw this board state. I mistook Pawn Shop for another item. I believe Subscraper. But I also am not very familiar with the ways that Pygmalion stuff has changed. Upgrade the core. That would get us pretty much to perma-haste territory. Let's do it. Non-weapon items, racetrack for haste. I will go to Zara as well, looking for more haste-related stuff. If I freeze, like, just freeze something for haste is nice. But static acceleration, when you haste, give your items plus 1% crit chance for the fight. My entire board? Let's pop Junkyard Repair Bot on board, as even if it only activates every 7 seconds, it's still a friend that's activating. Snack time for 100 max HP. I feel like that's less valuable now that I have Water Cooler working for me, and I don't know, am I just too addicted to... Oh, Open the Crate is a small or medium item. Anyway, I'm taking the other one. Am I just too addicted to that as an option? Outlands Dervish, 2% cooldown reduction to the entire board possibility there. I kind of want to go to Flame Juggler, but deal as little damage to the Flame Juggler as possible, because if I, like, let's take Bomb Squad off field, right? If I take Bomb Squad off field, I do significantly less burn to the enemy, and that gives me the ability to stay on field for as long as possible, benefiting from Water Cooler. And as long as I'm capable of, you know, getting past their initial push for damage, which I think I am.
For my next trick,
I will end up winning the fight after that. Now that I've got shielding, I'm halving the damage that's actually incoming. Now that I'm also slowing the enemy, I'm reducing consistently the amount of burn that's actually on the field. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to do. They're not getting above 20 ever again with burn on me, which means they're dealing significantly less than 10 damage per second. Let this be a lesson to you, Flame Juggler. No one is cooler than Walter. I'll take that, Cinders. Eating contest again, significantly less interesting now that I have Walter doing some work on my field. Andy for small items seems a blessing, especially if I get a
step toward good taste.
single upgrade here at all. Micro Dave will end up leaving this field. Micro Dave is not long for this world. The Bomb Squad is the one that's going to want to stick around. Rolling past the Laser Pistol, Granola Bar, and cool LEDs. None of them are friendly to me. Ugh. GPU, Uzi, and thrusters? That's a big whiff. Your friends have their cooldowns reduced by 3%. I find it difficult to turn that down at all. If I'm doing a friends build, the faster you get to the first trigger, the better. Docs, Cash of Riches, and JJ's. I'm gonna go to JJ.
Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Beta Ray. When you use the core or another ray, charges 2 seconds. I'm not going to be using rays. Armadillo, when you shield, charges 2 seconds. I do have duct tape, but I feel like duct tape does eventually need to leave this board, and I need a better shielding option. Let's roll. Soldering gun. This has +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a friend, +1 multicast if it's adjacent to a tool. So it's a soldering gun. If I put that, like, where Micro Dave is, it would trigger duct tape 3 times instead of Micro Dave's once. That said, it's not an adjacent friend for Walter Cooler to trigger off of. I'm going to take Copperhead and the Soldering Gun, which is the name of my upcoming animated children's film, just in case you were wondering. And I'll pop that between the two of them. No, Copperhead needs to go on the other side of that. Okay, so you're there. Wait, you can't be there. Oh, dang. Okay, duct tape's not going to trigger as commonly as I really would like, but it's the difference between... Oh, wait, that's still too many seconds. I can't put shield on the right side of duct tape. I want duct tape to be hit by the real shielding. And it needs to be adjacent to a friend. What about this? And then Bomb Squad wants to go between the two most commonly used friends. And then Wallace and Bomb Squad get to have Walter Cooler between them. This is it. This is the board. Am I ignoring any benefit that I was previously gaining? Wallace is the hit there. No. No, I think that's the best we can do right now. I was really hoping to hit First Aiden and just sell the Junkyard Repair Bot to get a lot more healing on First Aiden as well as another open slot, but yeah. You win some. And you don't win some. That's what they say, right? So that's a Ray build. It's scaling. I don't have a huge amount of healing on my own board. And it's doing a lot of poison to me. Ah, there's a Mono Lizard, right? I did ignore that Mono Lizard for a second there. Yikes. A lot of poison. Genta.
I sense something blocking your power. Let's get rid of it.
Machine learning when you buy or upgrade this. Upgrade the core. When your enemy uses a weapon, your shield items gain 3 shield for the fight. Nice. Your weapons have +2 damage, and your shield items have +2 shield for each friend you have. I think that's probably the best one on board, though.
There are a lot of steps in this staircase, but it's beautiful up there.
Well, I don't really have the money to do too much, so I'll just study for an additional experience, thank you, and then I'll fight the biggest, baddest boy. Also, Mod Squad is largely related to friends, so when you use a friend, your weapons gain 2 damage to the fight. Beautiful friendship. They have a First Aiden. I repeat, they have a First Aiden. They have Bomb Squad. Silver Bomb Squad. I could get that. They've got Charcoal if I want some scaling for my burn, which I do because I don't really have a damage payoff yet. I was supposed to have a damage payoff, and then I didn't. Is there ever a world where I end up fielding Bulldozer? I mean, if you give me Bulldozer, I'll try and make Bulldozer work. The one thing I really have on my side right now is Walter Cooler has been popping the hell off. I got my First Aiden. Friends at their cooldowns, right? Change my gun, I'm out. Yes, please. I'll pop Copperhead back off the field to get Micro Dave back down. First Aiden activates every 3 seconds, and it gives us 35 healing every time it does, as well as hasting an additional item. Give me that. Give me that sweet 3% across the board cooldown reduction. JJ sells items. That's quite broad. I'm gonna go for a lost crate one last time. 2 gold, 1 experience. Nufu sells skills. Frontal shielding. Your leftmost shield item has +15 shield. Admittedly, I could remove Wallace from this field at pretty much any time and I'd be happy about it. Duct tape being my only shielding is not bad for us. Paralytic poison. First time you poison each fight. Freeze an item for 3 seconds. I'd love to do that if I had any poison. Rear shielding. This is an upgrade for just 10 more yeah, I'll just take real shielding. Another 10 shields every time I use an adjacent item to duct tape, including the soldering gun that's used 3 times every 5 seconds. That's a lot of shield. And as a small item being used that many times, it triggers Micro Dave. Literally, it triggers Micro Dave. No, Micro Dave triggers 1 charge per small item used, so it's half of the cooldown of Micro Dave every time I do it. Ooh, that's some scaling shielding right there. So they've got the bushel, which is going to be giving them a lot of healing because all of the rest of their items shield or scale shielding. Ganjo is... What? Ganjo isn't adjacent to bushel. Why? Surely the jewelry goes on the other side of the model ship, Ganjo goes between duct tape and bushel, and then ATM on the other left side of that? Thankfully, they don't do damage. So their whole plan is just to get to the sandstorm and then win through there. But I've been matching their shielding so far. We're both about 4k. Max HP, including our shielding. But I've got 320 burn on them. That said, their shielding scales significantly better than mine. Ooh, we're getting some real lag here. Okay, I'll restart the game after the resolution of this fight.
I can see you're going places, but I'm chasing you.
Okay, that's very encouraging. Vermeer sells crit skills. I'd love to have a look at those in just a second, but I'll be back whenever he started it. And we're back. Vermeer still sells crit skills, but also I do have haste, as in I have static acceleration. When you haste, give your items 1% crit chance for the fight. So I do have synergy with crit. Give them 2% crit chance for the fight. Leftmost has additional crit chance. Large item have... I'm gonna upgrade the speed at which we gain that crit. I think that's a great idea for us. That said, I'm now a little low on money, so I'll just take the free item from the chest, thank you. Cooling fan, give the core 5% crit chance for the fight. When you have burn, reduce this item's cooldown by 50%. Not really gonna be relevant to us. Lone Shark. Foreman and Dire Mosquito. I don't expect I would run Foreman. Closest target in there is maybe the Chris Army knife. Flashy mechanic. When you use a tool, adjacent items gain 5% crit chance, but still not really that relevant to us. Die Mosquito probably has the best item outcomes with 6% crit. 6% crit. 6% cooldown reduction on a single item. And then, of course, Lone Shark, who I definitely think I could beat. But almost nothing relevant to our build available there. I'm gonna go for Lone Shark. I really need some money.
Paying it back is tomorrow.
Okay, so pretty much everything is critting now. Yeah, 100% crit chance on everything by the time we got to the end of that fight. That sounds pretty good to me. Cash Cannon. When you gain gold, permanently give this plus damage equal to the amount of gold gained. A shield item, 1 experience. Your friends have their cooldown reduced, which is what I'm going to do. Kyorio sells bronze tier junk items. Bazaar Con. See all the Bazaar has to offer. I'm going to get the 2 experience from BazarCon. It's free to get 2 experience from BazarCon. All you have to do is network a little. Malafang. Yep, I have the ability to roll and, can you roll in the store? No, it's too specific. You can't roll in the store. Yeah. Leftmost burn item has additional burn, whatever. Burn items have +1 burn. Yeah. Your rightmost burn item has +6 burn on the soldering gun. That's a lot of damage. And then Frostfire. I will take the damage from Final Flame, actually. Give me a good soldering gun.
Element of surprise, you know?
We're going to be fighting an enemy of the JG variety. Not an especially different build to mine. I've got a lot more shielding potential. They've got a lot more burn scaling. Damn. That was really close. One tick on their side. Literally, like, I was 1 HP under the limit. One additional tick on their side and they would have lost. I'm going to take the 3% cooldown reduction again from the friendship ring. Thank you. What? And I'm going to get another 2 experience from the Bazaar con. Small shield item, middle sells medium items. Let's have a look at middle.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's that we do haste. I don't want to do it. Ugh. I have to. There's also Ice 9000, but I don't freeze the enemy, so this is not poison scaling.
Just toss that
Rude.
on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Okay. Sell the cash cannon, definitely. Clarence is here. When you use a friend, this gains plus 20 damage to the fight. There is also Race Gull. When you haste, charge this 2 seconds, which is very good. But if I have a damage scaling plan, I no longer need Soldering Gun. The only problem is suddenly I also lose a huge amount of my shield scaling plan. If I take Soldering Gun and Wallace off the field, put Race Gull between... Or, sorry, put the Duct Tape between Race Gull and the Companion Core. And then field the Monitor Lizard instead of Micro Dave.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
It's probably time to take Walter Cooler off field, but realistically, Wallace is not doing better than Walter Cooler. So the payoff for this build is poison, but it's the worst poison possible. If I sold everything else, I could gain 8. And I'd still be another 2 short from getting Clarence. Screw it, I didn't even want the Monitor Lizard anyway.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
Give me Clarence. This is going to scale our damage on Clarence ridiculously quickly. When you use a friend, this gains plus 20 damage to the fight. All of my other things, except for the Duct Tape, are friends, but the Duct Tape is there between 2 friends that trigger themselves so constantly that I should be able to pick up a reasonable amount of shielding alongside my other triggers here. The burn coming out of the bomb squad is not really relevant anymore, right? The damage scaling was previously a burn option, and now it's all on Clarence. Take us there, buddy. Show me what you can do. I believe in you heart and soul, body and mind. This guy's gonna be critting ridiculously, very quickly. What are we, 11 seconds into that fight? I think it's pretty good. Tools have reduced cooldown, get a tool. Leftmost has more value, yikes. I'm gonna get a tool here. It's a power drill. I don't care about it at all, but I can sell it. Cache of Riches, 5 gold, work at the docks or Curio. Because I have 6 gold in my inventory, I'm happy to go to Curio.
Close your eyes and grab something.
Anything cooldown related comes with me, so the feather and the insect wing.
Circuits to see that find home.
It's not important for me to pick up additional damage. The scaling entirely comes out of activation of friends. I'm not going to go for regen because I'd really like to see some useful options here in the second one. Sell the power drill and the seashell. And I mean, buying Taurus Chariot and then selling it, I only get 3 back, and then I get another 2 back from the insect wing and feather. Makes it easier to transition out of the build, I guess, but not really what I'm looking for. 1% cooldown reduction to the board. Med kit. I could see my way to picking up a single regeneration, admittedly. I think the one that needs the lowest cooldown is Clorence, the one that's supposed to be doing my fighting on my behalf. I'm gonna leave with as much money as possible, just in case. Yeah, nothing here that tempts me away from just getting a single experience studying. Okay. I willingly agree to this fight, by the way. Chemstat? Ooh! There's some slowing going on here. Cool LEDs when you use the core, slow an item for 3 seconds, as well as when you use the cool LEDs themselves. They've got a cryosphere, freezing all of the items on the field, and just hit them in the face for a bunch of damage. Alright. Let's see how far Clorence can take us. Artisan Dunes. Yeah, not really what we're looking for. Will I? I'll take 90 max HP off of the over the Artisan Dunes. This is just 5 damage to one of my weapons or 1 burn to the bomb squad. It's so minimal in impact here. Bakun sells medium and large items. If you were selling a Clorence, I would not be able to afford it, though. So I'm going to get a random item. Welding Torch. When you have shield, this item's cooldown is reduced by 50%, and it sells for 8, which is important because I'm immediately going to sell it. Burninator Bot. Infernal Frigate. I don't think it's much of a difference to us here. Burninator Bot. I'm probably not going to use any of its items. Induction Aegis, Thermal Lance, Weak Point Detector, Flamethrower. It's very, very burn-based. I'm very Clorence-based. Completely different elements. Earth, wind, fire, water, Clorence. Firestarter is the internal frigate. Incendiary rounds, rocket launcher, no. Cosmic Rock does have the reduce all of your items cooldown by 6%, which is pretty good. There's also Cosmic Wind, the skill from it. When you crit, haste an item for a second. So there's 3 hits among like 11 there. Is that worth 2 gold and 1 experience? You know what? Yes. Why don't you wow me, Cosmic Rock? I'd love to get the feathers. I'd love to get Cosmic Wind. Specifically the ones called Feather, not Cosmic Plumage or Cosmic Amulet, just Feather. This build is pretty fast when it's not being interfered with. Dang. Claws every 4 seconds, deal 10 damage, deals double crit damage. Upgrade the core, gets to diamond, and that's probably the way I'm going to go with that. I say as I do it. Kina sells non-weapon items. It's still pretty important to me to upgrade my non-weapon friends. Pole sells large items. Robotics Factory. Robotics Factory? Would Robotics Factory go on this bot? Yeah, I think Robotics Factory would go on this board. It would take up the spots of Bomb first and Water Cooler. Companion Core would only have 2 targets to hell. Actually, probably not. But it would double haste them? Duct Tape would probably have to lead the board at that point, in which case I'd be very, very, very sad. Kina, what do you got?
Discounts for peace.
Cryosphere. Freeze all items other than core for 2 seconds. There's also a remote control. Use the core. And Nitro. Oh, there's Charcoal. When you use another friend, this gains 2 burn for the fight. No, I've already got my scaling option, thank you. Solar Farm when you burn. Charge this for 2 seconds. No, unfortunately, I'm a attack build. And Thermal Ace, when this is hasted, this gains 4 burn for the night. Yeah,
I feel like you're not
it's just not what we're looking for at the moment.
present.
Slow-mo Lumbra, though, if you give me some ability to trigger slow...
I will need some time to translate.
There we go. Creeping Chill. The first time you slow each fight, freeze an item for 4 seconds. And I do slow with the Duct Tape, at least once.
Science, magic, all is thought churning slowly.
Alright, Dooley. I see. Do I kill you fast enough to not worry about the fact that you are a poison build? You're a poison build with a ballista as well. Well, I was a millisecond away from destroying you, so I felt pretty confident there. It's Crossroads. No, it's an item with shield effects. Interesting. I mean, I'll first check the companion core, which I imagine, yep, just shields you for 80 if you do that. Race call also shields for 80. Water cooler? No unique triggers on him. Chlorance shields 50. Duct tape would obviously double the amount of shielding that it does. Maybe it's duct tape. But I also feel like duct tape is one of the primary targets to get cut from this board. I'm going to focus on my immediate future and try and secure 1 chest, and then I can worry about 2 and 3. Ah, Nufacel skills.
You have great potential. Every trait.
You have regeneration equal to half the burn on your enemy. Yeah, I don't really burn them that bad. Your shield items have plus shield equal to your level. 10 additional shield. There's 20 additional shield, I guess, for the shielded. Captain's Charge, the first time you use a large item each fight. Haste adjacent items for 12 seconds. That'd be lovely if I could do it, but I can't. I either take heavy metal or I roll looking for a different 12. I'm going to roll looking for a different 12 because I don't think heavy metal is impactful enough here for us. Medium poison items? Nope. First time you use large item? Nope. Your rightmost shield item has plus... Yeah, this costs me 6 instead of 12. Although I had to roll, so it cost me 9 overall. But it gives me 15 more shield rather than 10. Tinker sells friend items. Forta sells shield skills. Tinker, what do you got?
Free me. I will free others.
Micro Dave, Chem Snail, and DJ Robot. I don't think these come with me. Death Knight Reaper, eh? I suspect I gain enough shield that I don't have to worry about this guy. Yep. That seems to have borne out. When you use a weapon, Rayskull, Clarence, freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds. That's probably the best hit that we could get. Upgrade your leftmost item for additional damage scaling on Clarence. That's what we've been waiting for. Now, it gets 40. It was getting 20 last level, so it's doubling the scaling. Chocolate bar. I almost want to get a chocolate bar and get some max HP.
Take your time.
Metal.
I'm pretty laid back.
Angry balloon bot. No thank you. Motherboard and Tesla coil. I definitely want to replace... water cooler and shielded duct tape, admittedly. At some point. Atomic clock is such a great counter for things, but realistically, I don't think I want to go long in a fight. I think I just need Clarence to build and smack him in the face quickly.
Every
So I'm gonna
item
steer.
finds its buyer. It's a relationship, you know?
Steer clear of that one. Workshop to get a tool, Midsworth. Small and large items. Midsworth, show us what's up.
Society of Master Merchants welcomes you.
The Alpha Ray and Gamma Ray. No, thank you. There's Chris Army Knife. Kinetic Cannon when you use a small item. This gains 20 damage for the fight as well as coolant. No, it's... I'm really just looking for upgrades on what I already have, admittedly.
I may be
Alright,
worried
till the
about
none. Are you getting a chest or am I getting a chest? That's a big gun.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Alright, I'm getting it. Woo! Good to see. Kina sells no weapon items. Still a lot of upgrades in there I'm looking for.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
Omega Ray and Welding Helmet. There's a build waiting me. I'm not going to use it though. And Chem's Nail again. Not really. Monitor list turns back up. When this gains haste, charge it for 2 seconds, says the lens. You're trying to give damage to a core that doesn't need damage. Yep. Give me 3 loot items, make them relevant. Oh, reduce your cooldowns by 6% 2 times? Absolutely. I'll hit up Bazaar for the networking opportunities. And I'm so scared of Void Golem just killing Clarence immediately, and then I can't fight the Void Golem. So I'm gonna go to the Trash Titan and fight you. Trash Titan does have Juggler. When you use a small item, charge a large item for a single second. I could see that making some large items that otherwise wouldn't be valuable, very valuable to me. Man, Clarence is getting good. He's doing damage. Look at this guy. He's also just so polite with his little chapeau. Small. Show me a broad swath of items here, friend. There's probably a pretty reasonable argument that says I should take Walter Cooler off for Chris Army Knife at this point.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
It's 52 shielding and 52 damage every 5 seconds. It also just activates much more commonly. It's not even that much more commonly right now. Because this gets charged by adjacent friend usage. And he sells small items, keeps armory, health, toughness, and shield. Let's look at Andy's. Again, still hunting for some upgrades here. Virus, destroy a small item on each player's board for the fight. Also the Omega Ray for a completely different build than this. I'll take the crypto and gamble on that a little. 2 income, friends have their cooldown reduced, which is going to be the option I take. Alright. Unless I'm getting frozen or like poisoned ridiculously immediately, I have a pretty good shot here. So they have, when you use a weapon, freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds, but they only have the combat core as a large item to do that with. Race Carl is going to freeze all of their rays. And that gave me the win. Oh, they even had a big duct tape there too, a shield of duct tape. Twinsies. Someone's going to have to go home and change. Show me the street festival for Stell. Flashbang slows all enemy items for 4 seconds. Multi-tool every 4 seconds. Haste another item for 2 seconds and slows an item. And Hydraulic Squeezer. When you use a tool, your weapons gain 2 damage to the fight. Though. Thank you. Turbo Lightning Rod. Every 10 seconds, deal 10 damage and shield 10. Haste 3 items for 3 seconds. Admittedly, I could see a world where this goes into the build. I don't have the money for it. Radiant Orbital Polisher. This is significantly worse than the Power Sander. But like, this wouldn't activate quickly. But it does give out 3 haste triggers when it does activate. When it levels up, it'll be giving 10-10, I can only imagine, when any player uses an item. 10 shield and 10 defense. That could probably replace Clarence. It probably shouldn't replace the shielded duct tape if I want to continue living. It's probably Clarence and the Chris Army knife. Gosh, dang it. It's also a large weapon. Are you kidding me? I think it's correct. Because if I sell Clarence and the Chris Army knife, I get 24 back, taking us to 42, and then I can just sell whatever I want to finish this. Am I really gonna give up Clarence? My best friend. It's when, so Clarence says, when you use a friend, this gains plus 40 damage to the fight. And it attacks every 4 seconds. 4 seconds is 6 seconds faster than the Turbo Lightning Rod. But Clarence doesn't haste other characters when it activates. The Turbo Lightning Rod hastes 3 for 3 seconds, which is an immediate trigger of Race Carl, as well as some very good scaling for static acceleration. And this is gaining shielding. The crit, the crit that's gained by shielded duct tape isn't used for shielding me, because it can't crit on its passive. So this actually gives me a a shielding scaling option, which I'm otherwise very lacking. I think this takes us further into the late game than Clarence does. $48. Yeah, I can't get it without selling Clarence. Goodbye, buddy. I will remember you. We're going for the Turbo Lightning Rod. This also has the possibility of being upgraded, which Clarence was at max potential. This is giving me so much shield. Was that a good idea? I don't know. Was it a bad idea? I don't think so. Hypnotic Drain can also target more things, courtesy of the old Lightning Turbo Rod, and when it activates, it immediately activates Race Carl, giving a medium the ability to shut down a normal. I'm gonna take the Regenerative Tincture for 13, absolutely there. Crash Titan, why don't you let me see what I can do here? Hi. I'm liking how much shielding I'm getting. This is definitely slower. So poison is definitely still pretty primary concern for us. Fortis. You've got some shield skills, don't you?
So defensive, Fortis, but I'm a shield master.
I'm gonna sell crypto. Your large shield items have plus 36 shield. Your medium shield items have plus 36 shield. When you shield, your weapons gain 3 damage to the fight. Or when you use the core, your shield items gain 10 shield for the fight. I'm going to use that so that I can get the shielded duct tape to scale.
If you wield it well enough, a shield can be its own kind of weapon.
And hit up a mysterious portal. Oh, improve your weapon? So I can't enchant my leftmost weapon with lifesteal, but I can upgrade it. There we go, that's our Diamond Deer Turbo Rod. Scaling twice as fast as it was previously. And I'm actually going to take the scrap here, because I would like some gold, and the scrap represents at least 8 gold, as well as not just 24 additional shielding on the duct tape, but it gets doubled, so 48 additional shielding per trigger. All right, King Yulian. Are you going to stand between me and my second chest? I'm around to my second base. Allow me. Oh dear. They've got Juggler. First time you use a small, when you use a small item rather, charge a large item for a sec. They don't have a large item to charge! Alright, we good. Big crits. Get him! Get him! Get him! Yeah, I think it's going well. JJ sells items. I'm gonna need to hang back until I get some more gold. Give me a small weapon. A magnifying glass, when you sell this, give your leftmost weapon plus 50 damage? That's actually pretty hilarious. I'm gonna give that to Race Carl, as Race Carl attacks significantly more commonly. Volkas Enforcer. I'm definitely going for the biggest, baddest here.
Clean. Professional.
Cryo Mastery, when you freeze, your shield items gain 3 shield for the fight. Reaching the summit, when you freeze, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. I could work with those. Oh boy. Oh, look at the shielding! Is there any, like, significant actual way to use healing to reduce poison? Because it used to be that Pygmalion was capable of doing it because Pygmalion could actually generate a ridiculous amount of individual heal triggers. But because if you're healing for 1 or if you're healing for 1,000, if it's a single trigger, it removes 1 poison. I don't know if that's possible for any other character, and I don't think it's possible for Pygmalion anymore. Cryo Mastery for shield items gaining 3 shield for the fight every time we freeze is really good. 375 max HP. Admittedly, I think that's like worth it. Get a friend as well. There's actually a couple of Bill Dozer. Bill Dozer? Every 5 seconds, deal 40 damage. When you use another friend, this gains 30 damage for the fight. How can I make an argument that Turbo Lightning Rod is the right choice, but that Bill Dozer isn't? It comes with 30% cooldown reduction on all of my friends, except for Bill. I lose the shielding scaling that I wanted from Turbo Lightning Rod, but I attack twice as commonly, and also I will have perma haste after the companion core activates for the first time, causing Turbo Lightning Rod to attack every 10 seconds, and Bill Dozer to attack every 5 and then 2.5 seconds. And all of that's on top of the fact that it's also giving 30% cooldown reduction to the entire rest of the board. You had your moment in the sun, but you've been outshone by the big bad Bill Dozer. Poison skills? I don't poison the enemy. There's not that many skills that can benefit me from poison skills. Which sounds, but like, there are burn skills. Like, for instance, Hotspot is a burn skill that benefits you even if you don't have burn in your build. Because it just says when you use your leftmost item, burn 2. So it's a burn enabler rather than a burn modifier or amplifier. There's not as many of those in Professor Wriggle's pool as far as I'm aware. Give me a slow item. When you sell this, your leftmost slow item gains 2 seconds to the slow amount. Put that on the shield of duct tape? Nothing wrong with that. Fortis sells shield skills.
It beats the look on your enemy's face when they realize they just can't hurt you.
When you use a weapon, raise skull, your shield items gain 6 shield for the fight. That's 12 shield to the duct tape. There's also specialist if you have exactly 1 weapon. I don't. Shield items up +6, or when you shield, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight, but that's not necessary. It's defensive stance, definitely.
Full of shield mastery. Always have one.
I think this build also goes back and is better against poison again, which is not relevant on this board state. Ooh, a fiery katana doing some fiery work. However, my shielding has already overwhelmed them.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Yeah, so that's 778 shield from that duct tape. Remove victory from the screen so I can take a clean screenshot, thank you. Oh, am I getting some sort of frozen bug here just because I was doing that? How dare you? How dare you punish me? I'm trying to content create here. I'm trying to be part of the ecosystem. Main menu, and then I'll just resume in. Got a shield on, temporary boost. I'm gonna go for Tox Clocks. Sells haste, slow down. Scrap metal. When you sell this, upgrade the core. It can't go past diamond, so I'm not gonna bother. Cool LEDs as well. Yeah, no, thank you. That's not my kind of stuff. I do have 48 in the back just waiting if it becomes relevant. I don't think I don't think we take basically every off the field in order to do some sort of multicast thing. I don't think that's how that goes. Robotics Factory is what I'm saying. I wouldn't use Robotics Factory. I think we've found our large item and we're now building completely around that. This is a negligible amount of health this late in the game. I really wish Eating Contest had higher tier options for the late game, or rather stopped being available at some point, because it's 150 HP for 10 gold at this point. Nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna go to the Lost and Found. I get Aegis Shield. It's worth 4. That's good enough for me. Trash Titan now does have a huge hit. If I can pick up Juggler, whenever you use a small item, charge a large item for 1 second, that would get Bill Dozer to attack a lot quicker. Come on. Let me do it. Let me do it. Do it. Ectoplasm, it'll sell for 8. Mirkwood Bayou, Languid Dunes. Enchanted item with slow effects, and Bladeborn Badlands. Enchanted item with crit effects. So I believe all of these, for their crit effect, will either give 50% crit chance to the board, or Companion Core. Companion Core will give friends 10% crit chance when it activates, but it also hastes 4 characters, which gives them 8% crit chance already. So it could build the crit chance faster, but do I need that? Do I actually need that? The Languid Dunes. What if I got Race Carl to slow enemies? It'd slow 2 items for 3 seconds. That's a lot of slow. Actually, that's a huge amount of slow. I think Companion Core actually triggers faster, and Companion Core also slows 2 items for 3 seconds when it's heavy. Poison's irrelevant here. I am so sorry to the hamster in this bad boy, but we have made this a heavy Companion Core. It's going to take some big stepping to move that thing. Simon sells unique skills for Dooley.
I hope I'll be a good robot too. Just a few more months.
When you use the core, haste 2 items for 4 seconds, says Heavy Machinery. There's also upgrade to a core that I can't use. Titanium casing, when you use the core, your shield items gain additional shield for the fight. That is admittedly relevant. But 2 additional haste triggers every time I use the core is literally an additional usage of Carl. Like, as well as 4% more crit chance for the entire board. It's you can't ignore that.
I love working on you. I mean, with you.
Alright, let's fight an epic monster, because I would love to get some more resources again. Oh! You're gonna give me another chance at picking up Juggler? Yes, please! Come on! 3rd time's the charm. That's what they say, right? And it's what I'm gonna stand by believing my entire life. If this works. Junkyard Lance. Every 10 seconds, deal 100 damage for each small item you have, including in your stash. No, thank you. I'm gonna immediately sell that. I'm mad. I'm mad at the suggestion I should use it. Plump and ripe for the picking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're a fiery monitor build. Okay. Can I? Well, I froze all of your stuff, so that's first off. The answer to that is yes, I can freeze all of your stuff. But can I kill you before you? Yep. Yes, I can, is the answer. Dianosaur didn't even manage to eat a single one of my things. Medium items, it is not important to upgrade Race Carl. Race Carl, it would only be important if Race Carl upgraded anything except for its damage, but that's the only thing that it upgrades when it gets bigger. I'm gonna go to the Shrouded Figure, and I am looking for XP, please. I can't say any of those were the things I was looking for, but I'll take a shield item. It's a big welding helmet. Hef sells burn items, including items that are upgraded to be burn. I would love something that's faster than the bomb squad, but I can't imagine. It's got 3.1 seconds as a cooldown, and when I use an adjacent friend, a 1.6 second charging first Aiden, who eventually is activating in 0.8 seconds because of haste, or Race Carl, who's activating constantly. I can't really see. You know what? Let's test our build. Sparring partner, let's go. I want to see how big these numbers can get.
Go ahead.
Because I can get a ridiculous amount of shielding. Too scared to start the fight, huh? And my shielding scales. Yeah, that's a lot of shield that we have. I'm just gonna make sure I get some screenshots before. My shield's still just going up. So I came into this with 51 gold. Oh boy. I think this might be the furthest I've ever gone on the sparring partner fight. Especially since Pygmalion was changed. Well, again, I'd love to get some numbers here. Do you think it's a misrepresentation to show the numbers that were achieved in a sparring fight rather than like a fight? Because these numbers aren't realistic over the course of an actual fight unless I'm fighting a Pygmalion who's constantly healing. And again, that would have to be an old patch Pygmalion. But it does show like what the build does. It's just specifically what the build does in ideal circumstances. My shielding is still getting larger. We're starting to average out now. We're starting to wash there. Okay, we're starting to lose shields. The end is coming. We have a good 1,000 seconds of haste on most of our characters right now. That's good. That's 17,000. Sorry, 17,000, 1,000. Wait, hang on. Did I win the fight? I won the fight. Okay, we get our final numbers there. I didn't know you could even beat the sparring partner now that the sandstorm had been changed. But I think the sandstorm still can't get past 1,800 on this character, whereas previously it would stop at 600. Now it stops at 1,800. Admittedly, I gotta say, getting scrapped for 24 additional shielding at the very start on the shielded duct tape, incredible, great, awesome. Okay, so hear me out. Lord of the Wastes does have the genie wish and things like that, right? It's got heat there. Trash Titan has Juggler. If I hit Juggler, I don't need to do anything else. Fourth time's the charm. That's what they always say, right? Fourth time's the charm, and I'll believe that forever as soon as I get Juggler here. Come on. Come on, please. Coward. Fifth time's obviously the charm, though, so I'll find you. I will find you. Kina. Sure. Sells non-weapon items. No. No Monitor Lizard, and absolutely no to the rest of those as well.
Go buy a weapon instead.
All right, JJ's.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Combat core, in case I wanted to scale worse than I do. Charcoal and metronome. When you use an adjacent item, give the other adjacent item haste for 3 seconds. It's a lot of additional haste triggers, but it wants to be where shielded duct tape is, and that's my survival. Bomb Squad is incredible right now. It still is incredible. If Race Carl triggers quickly, Bomb Squad triggers quickly too. I don't think this build has room for metronome, but I'm gonna buy it anyway.
You're busy. Enjoy your.
Because maybe it does. I don't know. I don't think it does. Dan Miranda. Dan Miradan. Okay. It's time to start freezing. Oh, even it's time to start freezing for them. They got my Dozer. And they've got a pretty large amount of poison on me. Thankfully, I got a lot of max HP. And I managed to push through. Friends had that cooldowns reduced by 3%. It's gonna be that. It's gonna be that. 18 regeneration? Honestly not bad, but I'm gonna look at Lux, because some diamond tier items could just be slotted on.
Lack of regulation is liberating.
That is bien conditional. Every 5 seconds, it freezes an atom for 1 second. And when you use the core, you freeze an atom for 1 second as well. I don't think I'm going to be using that. There is a light bulb, though, and that gives me an idea. We don't want to use the Uzi. I'm going to roll. Stop it! I'm not taking you! You're too slow! I got a different build going on, buddy. Thermal lances there as well as the combat core. I pretty much knew that wasn't going to happen.
Now that's entertainment.
You know what? I disparaged it before, but gimme 150 max HP. Better than not having it. Void Golem? Buddy? I think it's time for the Property Baron. I don't fight Void Golem here. I don't let you destroy my Bulldozer and then win the fight. I'm not doing it. Easy fight to win, though. Ooh, Subscraper. Heal equal to 4 times the value for other items. No thank you, but, you know, nice of you to offer. Fortis sells shield skills. More shield scaling is the name of the game here.
Don't get so defensive, Fortis, but I'm a shield master.
First time you fall below half health each fight, use your highest shield item. Honestly, shielded duct... Well, by the time that happens, shielded duct tape... Well, shielded duct tape is a shield item, but using it doesn't actually give you shield, so never mind. Burning shield, the first time you fall below half health each fight. Shield equal to double the burn of your items. Ooh, 18. Standardized defenses? No. I don't have any medium shields items, so I'll take the upgrade to defensive stance. Taking from using a weapon giving 6 additional shield to giving 9. And of course the shielded duct tape is doubling that to whatever the double of 9 is. Somewhere above 17 and below 19, I imagine. Middle? You know what? Give me some gumballs. I avoid gumballs like the plague. But the other options were nothing, and I have so much money that nothing matters. I have so much money that someone should take it away. Wait. Sorry, I thought I started the fight too quickly. I was... Shinkai, it's you against me, buddy. Are you gonna gatekeep me from my 10 win? Please don't. Please. Come on, just concede on my behalf. Oh boy. Oh, that's a big radiant Longshan. Hard crit immediately. I'm dead. That's so frustrating. Legitimately, I was very close to just having enough shield that it wasn't going to do anything, but I expect it probably would have killed me before I got to the next cycle. How dare you hold me back from my well-earned 10 wins? But I'll settle for 9, especially considering where we came from. Humble beginnings for this run, but a braggadocious end. For the moment, let me just say that my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game, well, it's been the Bazaar. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a series playlist for all of my content in the game, past, present, future, YouTube recommendations. Down below, streaming past the names of the people who are generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add a roll of the thank you. And a special thanks this episode to Neko Hime. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see y'all next time.